Hey, what's up everybody? This is going to be a how to install SLP aftermarket air lid for a 98 to 2000 F-body with an LS1. As you can see, I have the stock box here. The only mod I have done is a K&N filter. But yeah, so here's the lid. It comes with the SLP lid, a hose clamp, a plug, some adhesive foam backing sealing tape, and this looks like it will seal the filter. It did get broken shipping, but that's no big deal. And it comes with instructions as well. So the first thing the instructions say is disconnect the negative battery terminal, which I'm not going to do. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor and the inlet air temperature sensor connectors. That is these two connectors right here. Put your thumb underneath this tab, pull it back, then pull it up. Same thing for the IAT. Okay, now those are both disconnected. Okay, the next thing the instructions say is to release the two metal retaining strap latches from the airbox lid and remove the two push pins from the air duct resonator. These are the two straps. To get these off is pretty self-explanatory. If you can't do this, you should not be modifying your car. You put your finger under here, you pop it up, and it comes off. Now, for the push pins that it's talking about, this big box here is a resonator. It just quiets the sound of the intake down for emissions or some stupid reason. So this is what the push pin actually looks like. Don't pry it from the bottom here because you're going to break it. Pry it from here, right under this little head. You can see it pushes in. That's why it's called a push pin. It pushes in. So you got to pry that out. And you can see there's a place right there to pry it out. You stick your flathead in there and push it out of there. Next it says to loosen the worm screw clamp on the throttle body bellow. That's right here, I'm guessing, or probably this one too. These probably both have to come loose to get it off, and that part will be next. Okay, so in the last part of the video I said you have to take this off and this off. That's actually not the case. You just have to take off this one all the way up at the throttle body. You loosen it with a flathead screwdriver and you pull off the whole entire lid. The next step is going to be removing this from the intake. You loosen this clamp and then you pull out your mass airflow sensor. This is a good time to clean out any debris that's in there. As you can see, I have little particles and everything. Pretty dirty actually. So clean all that shit out when you have it off the car. Okay, so the next part is to remove this sensor from the stock airbox, which is right there. Very, very gently pull it out with a pair of pliers. Do not squeeze hard, you will crack it. Very gently. And then pull the grommet out afterward with either your fingers or a flat blade screwdriver. Again, be careful to not rip it. Next, you're going to insert the plug into this side hole right here, and you're going to reinstall your temperature sensor. Using a little bit of lubricant will ease the process. And also install the 16-inch long backing strip on the back side of your air filter lid, like so. Okay, so the next part pretty much says take the hose clamp that came off of the old air box, insert the MAF into the lid, and then tighten the clamp. So I don't know why they give you this clamp, but whatever. You're gonna have a hell of a time inserting this MAF into this lid if you don't have a heat gun. So I highly recommend either using a blow dryer or a heat gun, or sticking the lid out in the sun all day. This is what I used, and I popped that MAF in there in about 2 seconds, and it was just very simple. This is one of the biggest complaints I've seen online that people are having, and it's really easy if you just work smarter and not harder. Okay, so the next part, you just put everything back in the car. Okay, so the last and final step is installing the lid and the mass airflow sensor assembly back into the car. On the back of your stock support right here, you'll have little places for the tabs on the back of the lid to slide into. You need to line up all 4. There's 1, 2, sorry about the camera not focusing, 3 and 4. Oh, it's really not focusing. Okay, then tighten the clamp back to the throttle body, and don't forget to plug in your air temperature sensor and your mass airflow sensor, which you just push them back in exactly as they already were. This one is not going to click back, so when I took it out I kind of screwed up the little retainer, but it doesn't matter. So that's all good to go. Check and make sure nothing's in the way of the pulley or the belt that might get ripped. Make sure everything's fastened. Make sure these are clamped down properly. Make sure you put in your filter, start the car, and have fun.